Have you seen those YouTube videos where there's this one that I remember where they go around, there's this inspector who takes videos inside new construction in like Arizona, and he shows wooden studs and joints that are like not even attached to the walls they're meant to hold up. Like horrible, you know?
Now this community is going to need a lot of help, and I think they're going to need help from experts, not from home inspectors. There is a lawyer that is suing the biggest builder in the country down in Chandler, and I think this community needs to reach out to that lawyer. That lawyer is going to have a special team of experts, and they'll even do invasive inspections on those homes. Now let me first show you this home, and then I'm going to give you a story of the community. Gas furnace, and who cares about proper clearance? Let's just rest it right up against the trusses.
Jesus.
The brackets come this way for a reason. Well, this is the dryer vent that's screened and completely blocked. Oh, side, but how do you know that's the dryer vent? Trust me. I know. Here's our damaged truss member with the single scab. Now, I've always seen a double scab required, but it's not my call to make. The builder needs to have the appropriate documents with the engineer's stamp explaining how this is supposed to be repaired. I guess you can always bend nails around the gas lines to secure them in place.
Oh my God.
Here's our gas water heater. And that doesn't look very safe. What do you guys think? But look, the town of Coon Creek said everything was fine. There's our certificate of occupancy. The builder forgot insulation, and the homeowner was concerned because the guy was out here in a few seconds to fix it. They're still missing insulation throughout the home. And here's that corner with no insulation. Well, I was at that one-story home right there.
Chinese developer ass shit? No, dog, this is American developer ass shit. This is happening all over the country. This is another reason for houses to be decommodified, you know? Like, right now, the process of, like, house construction and, you know, being put up for sale and being sold and what have you, it's so, like, separated, and it takes so long for the problems to often take root that there's no accountability for producing a bad product. There's no information environment that allows people to go like, oh, well, this house is a piece of shit that'll fall apart in 20 years. A good house should hold up really well for a long time, especially in, like, Arizona. In Arizona, the environmental hazard is the sun, but, like, you're not getting water damage or flooding or whatever. Like, I mean, you're getting, like, bleached, you know, external materials or whatever, but in Arizona, if you build a house, I would expect that shit to last forever, man.
Yelling at this neighbor right here that they have no rain cap on their gas furnace. Excuse me, ma'am. What? You're missing your rain cap, sir.
This looks like such a great place to live, by the way. I love Arizona. I can't believe people choose to live out here. This literally looks like apocalyptic to me, and it's just the natural environment.
On your roof, you may want to call the builder. Okay. And it's still missing. And no, these are not the high efficiency gas furnaces. Water heater, no ring cap. Furnace, no ring cap. If you look behind here, those have no ring caps. That looks like the dryer and gas furnace. Both those furnaces have no ring caps. Their water heater has no ring cap. The dude with the white truck, you got no ring cap and no ring cap. And he's also missing a ring cap.
Project Zomboid neighborhood.
And that one's inside the stucco. I would call this deceit, but you tell me. We're required to have this riser strap installed, and it needs to be bolted to the home. It's not bolted to the home. They tricked you. And this is not the only one. They did it to the neighbors. So there's our riser strap issues. Good thing it never rains in Arizona, because we got no vent covers. And you better believe it. There's our broken weld. And another one. Now our welds are broke, so... Of course our showers are broke too. But wait, there's more. The tub's also broken. If you look really close, you'll see the shower pan is also cracked. It's a very small crack coming down here.
That is very small.
And you can see it right there.
I didn't even see that shit.
You better believe it. That should be cold, but it's our hot water. And what do you know? It's just like the neighbors. Whoops. Good.
What the fuck? It's just like everything is so slapdash and everything is built so carelessly and so sloppily all the time. And it's not just in Arizona, it's everywhere. Everything is being made worse all the time. It's so fucking crazy. No one pays for quality? Well, yeah, of course, because the companies that are building these don't need to like hold on to them or whatever. They just sell them off. It's not like there's any incentive for them to build. That's what regulations are for, but the regulations are shit because they lobby for the regulations to be shit, so... He's being sued by home builders for his videos? Wait, is this goodbye?
So tomorrow's the big day. I'm going to be before the board again because 2 InterNACHI home inspectors filed complaints against me. One of them is an out-of-state certified master inspector. If you're attending the board hearing, whether it be virtual or in person, let's see if it's going to be very similar to last time, because you will notice when these home inspectors don't like me, they kind of repeat exactly what the builder says. Let me show you some great examples.
Sued for pointing out the garbage they built their homes? Yes, that is what he is being sued for.
Cy Porter of Sci-Fi Home Inspections targeted me.
And I am personally being attacked, although not by name until today when I had to stand here and reveal that to you.
I've been getting death threats, stalkers, threats of violence. I even have somebody sending me pictures of my own house with my family coming and going, threatening my family, all because of one bully online.
Alleging that respondent consistently...
I don't know if I believe that.
...mongering cyberbullying of individuals.
Which sort of infers that I did something wrong or I'm an idiot.
Calling me a...
He hasn't just done it to me, he's done this to tons of other people. Check out this website right now if you want to see a very similar story.
If you watch through the video, there were 5 slides that I placed in there because
I'm not trusting a 60-year-old man with gel-spiked hair. That's actually a really good heuristic.
I wouldn't be able to use PowerPoint.
During this investigation, we conducted interviews, reviewed many of the videos that are available for watching, reviewed documents. At the conclusion of the investigation, we were unable to find any verifiable violations of the Board's Practice Act. I was unable to find any direct, verifiable falsehoods.
Is there a resolution to this? Like, hearing versus home inspectors, home inspection pay to play, builders are all the same, why can't they stop? Okay, hold on, wait, this is actually really interesting. Hold on, wait. Okay, I didn't realize that this is happening like now. Okay, and then here's, wait, I don't need to watch the whole thing. I just want
to... 001 and 003, Cyril Porter.
Set him free! Cy Porter is the best inspector you have in Arizona.
Both these cases resulted from
people are
complainants who had interactions with Mr. Porter online. Both of the complaints relate to...
It should be illegal for home builders to be able to contract with inspectors. The fact that they can is genuinely insane. Like, think about the negative incentives there, you know? The people who are building the homes just have a deal with the person whose job it is to inspect and make sure the home is built up to code. Like, okay. So they'll never ever find that it wasn't built to code then, because then they won't get the next job. The inspectors should be assigned by the state randomly. Like, there should be state inspectors whose job it is to abide by the code provided by the state, and they should just be given, like, address, or, like, given an area or whatever, you know? And there are issues with being given an area potentially, but it's a hell of a lot better than just partnering directly with the construction company.
Allegations of slander and libel based on social media activity.
Mr. Porter, didn't know if you had anything to add to the boards.
The only thing I could add is one of the complaints did have to do with my actual inspection process. It appeared to be about using thermal cameras during inspections and doing a flood test on a tile shower.
Correct.
Before he raised his hand.
Please state your name and a brief statement.
Yes, hi, this is Brad Patterson, the complaint, filing the complaint. Just wanted to reiterate, I know you guys talked about earlier about causing harm to other inspectors, and his behavior has literally caused harassment, harm to directly my family, our business, and more importantly, just fake bookings, whole 9 yards. So this is causing harm within the industry and also to ourselves directly as home inspectors to home inspectors. So I just want to make sure that that is addressed by the board. This is just immediately dismissed because we're getting absolutely harassed from hundreds of people online from his behaviors and posts online that are absolutely fake. As you can see what I mean.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
I propose a motion to dismiss.
We do have a motion. We have a second. So all in favor, please say aye.
Do your job.
Aye. Anyone opposed?
What the fuck is going on?
All right, that motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Porter.
Now let's go over the complaints. This first one is from an out-of-state home inspector in South Dakota who is also a certified master inspector. Now the reason he filed the complaint was because my news story went national and he saw it. And so he reposted it.
Infrared is so helpful for good inspections. You know what's like a goated fucking tool? moisture detectors. I don't even know how they work, but they can like see if moisture's seeping in through the pipes or whatever. Sometimes you can get like a read in a house and it's like, oh yeah, the water is in your fucking walls. You know? Like you turned on your tub faucet for 1 minute and now there's just like water dripping everywhere and you can't even see it without the help of the tools. Yeah, and it's fucked, Fluffernutter. It is, the development processes are definitely worse out here. I fully believe that states like New York or Illinois have way better, at the very least, generally better practices when it comes to inspections because they have massive mega cities with really, really tall buildings that basically like have to be inspected thoroughly or they explode and kill 1 million people for 9/11. You know, they do a 9/11 basically. Whereas over in Arizona, every house you build is this like gigantic McMansion in the middle of the sun-bleached nowhere. Everything's one story. So it's like, okay, if they're fucking up on the housing construction over here, you can get away with it a little easier. Maybe.
It, explaining how he didn't agree with me and he sided with the builder. And then a lot of others joined in on that comment and it showed up on my feed. And so I reached out to him and I said, hey, can I reply to this? And he's like, yeah, it's a free country. Apparently, it's only a free country until you hurt his feelings and then it's not and he'll file a complaint against your license. Anyways, all I did was I reposted his post and said there's some people that were unhappy with my new story going national. I also included what everyone was saying in that post. Now, my complaint with all these pages like Home Inspectors Helping Home Inspectors, they're full of people like this that just trash talk people over and over. Because something similar happened to me a couple years ago where a certain home inspector was making post after post talking trash about me and the admins were taking those posts down. And I reached out to the admin. I'm like, hey.
Okay. What happens after this? So they hear the complaints, hearing versus home inspectors pay to play. That's a 37-minute video. Builders are all the same. What the hell?
A lot of you ask, hey, Sai, have you ever inspected homes from this builder? And the answer is yes. If it's a big name builder, I've inspected their homes. Now, last time I was in the town of Queen Creek and inspected...
I just genuinely cannot imagine living in an environment like this. There's a lot of beauty in Arizona, but this is beauty that's meant to be experienced while riding a horse with a gigantic hat. Kind of like the one he's wearing, you know? The, like, paving over it, wretched. You know? It's the kind of beauty that you're meant to, like, traverse on your own.
Last time I was in the town of Queen Creek and inspected a home built by this builder, this is what I found. You really think the engineer said to run nails through the broken truss member? But don't worry, they got you the document saying everything is fine.
Cool. Cool.
How about all these other trusses where the members aren't even attached?
All of them? Wait, that's like every one of them.
Got you the document saying everything is fine.
That's like every single one of them. It's
all these
completely non-load supporting.
Where the members aren't even attached. Yeah, that led to the building officials doing a full investigation and getting involved.
It was nice to meet you today. Sorry it was not under better circumstances. The following is a concise report of our inspection from this morning. That a representative repairing the trusses. Sorry, you looked in the roof and found out that we'd actually built everything using like wafers and duct tape. We apologize that you found that. We will put wood in there this time.
Involved with their engineers. And then this is what I found on the neighbor's home. The builder never hooked up the gas water heater vent to vent out the roof.
Just you know, whatever. Just let no one's using the roof. Just let it like fill up, you know? Whatever. It's all good. Just die, basically. Who even cares? It's whatever.
Even though this home was built by the same builder, this is going to be a night and day difference. So I'm going to teach you a little secret. If your super or your manager is an asshole, your home is going to reflect that. Now, this homeowner has had a fantastic manager. She gets along with them great. While I was doing the inspection, he saw me, reached out to the homeowner and said, hey, send us size list and we'll take care of whatever he finds. It's not the builder that's going to make or break your experience. It's your super, it's your manager, it's your warranty rep. So make sure you get a good one.
Oh, so we got to do, you're doing...
Wait, no.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, dude. You got a whole different agenda in life.
Said it, and don't argue with me, don't argue with him. What's the code violation?
Jesus Christ. There are so many different industries where you can consume like internal information. You can get like info from within the sector, and your takeaway from this is that Karl Marx was right. It's basically like everything. This is what you need, the analytical framework. But if you're just going off the raw data, it's like you know, literally anything, any field, and it's like, oh yeah, that's why Karl Marx was right, basically. I just want to like just a little more. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm very invested in this.
Remember, I want to do a little bit of investigation work. This home was inspected by a third-party home inspector.
There's not even any beauty in this to me. Like, if you're in Arizona and you see a body of water like this, doesn't it just look unnatural to you? Like, doesn't your brain tell you, like, no, this should be a craggy rock pit or something? It just looks like, it might as well be, like, blue painted ground.
Before me.
Looking out at the new build community, right? And unlike that guy that's being sued by...
This is unironically more influential than 99% of hobbyist activism. That's actually true. This is a perfect example of that. This guy didn't wake up one day when he was 22 and say, like, I need to be Karl Marx's strongest soldier. He got into, like, building inspections, and now through that field that he's already in, he's making a difference and like bringing awareness. Like that's like he's taking what he knows and using that well, rather than approaching it from the begin. From, you know, you don't start at the end.
One of the big builders, there's an inspector that was putting out videos. We're not going to say who the builders are because we're not that stupid.
Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for him.
Well, you came down and inspected one of our new builds for a client down in Queen Creek.
And I want you to be telling me who the home inspection company was. Send me the report and tell me who referred them. I want to know if a realtor referred them or the builder. Well, I find this story a little ironic. This homeowner had me scheduled for the 1 year. I just did it. They had me scheduled for the 2 year. Why? Well, because they trust me. The ironic part is this builder sells pitches trust. They're the most trusted. Let's go see why the homeowners may trust me a little.
I'm unfamiliar with the Northwest, but generally any area that gets snow has great building codes. That makes sense to me. Because if in an area that gets snow, if you have poor building codes and poor like regulatory standards when winter comes, people will notice or die. So it makes sense that there would just be a much like stronger natural selection for the good policies there.
More than the builder. Guess you can trust them to never install your riser strap correctly. Coincidence? Nope, they didn't install the neighbors either. You can always trust to find a poor roof install. You don't believe me? Ask the people in Legato. And the builder could have seen that one from the street. I'll show you something important that you're going to want to show the builder. Yes. From the outside? Yes. Outside. I want you to close the door and lock it. Okay. So can't get in.
What?
Getting through this way. Wow. Trust them to install broken
You would just
cabinets.
pull out the other side?
I can trust them to keep me very busy. So 8 inches or 8.3 inches after settling is the standard for insulation. This homeowner paid extra for R38, which is going to be 10 inches or a little bit more. They already had this home inspected. The inspector told them they didn't have the correct amount, and the builder came out and fixed it. Let's see how much insulation they have now. Now they have the standard 8 inches. They're still missing the upgraded insulation they paid thousands and thousands of dollars for.
Why is it thousands of dollars to just spray more insulation in? Isn't insulatory material pretty cheap by volume? It's not like it's complicated or has to be installed. It's expensive by volume, yet thousands of dollars? I guess it's a whole roof.
That's after paying for the upgrade. This entire hallway. And the bathroom. Be careful.
Sheesh. Okay, we're almost done with this, I guess. This one's from 1 day ago. Solar fail.
Well, I hope I didn't just come across a weapon. Sure looks like someone the spray foam. This is the tool they used to rip apart the insulation in the home to do whatever modifications they were doing here. And here's another one. Check out how they did these little hang repairs. There's a little block of wood behind there.
Oh my fucking god, look at that. They have this thing, and then there's a separate block of wood right here. And then there's like this wasn't long enough, so they had to like wedge another block in there. Good lord. Engineering.
No fasteners. What the crap? No clue what's going on.
It doesn't even fit the shape of the...
Now, if the solar guy did that, and this is how they left the attic, I bet you I'm going to find a lot of broken roof tiles. Let's find out. What do you know? There is solar. And surprise, the tiles are broken. And yet, there's more than one broken roof tile. The solar company is probably going to be held responsible for the broken roof tiles, the ripped apart spray foam, and all those modifications they did. Not only that, but the solar was installed almost a year ago. They're probably going to have to compensate this homeowner. And the more crazy part is, if this homeowner didn't get an inspection, that never would have got caught. So how many other victims have there been?
Would rooftop solar panels make sense? In Arizona? Probably.
I was unable to find any direct verifiable falsehoods. At the conclusion of the investigation, we were...
Huh. All right. I guess, sorry. I'm but mostly just following a rabbit hole, but I respect this guy's, I guess, like, pro-consumer attitude. He's hitting it. Love this rabbit hole. Yeah.